bummed, I guess, that he just missed Drew, and then he goes out into the middle of the ring and is just talking his crap, blah 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 blah. So, also the main thing I think that people were taking away, which I don't know if people like, I know that there are people who don't like CM Punk. I'm not a big fan of Punk. Obviously, I've talked about that, but um, the way that people were talking about his comment about choking people out, and that it was like a hit on Jack Perry. Like, people were kind of freaking out about that and being like, "Oh, he said it, but it didn't work. Like, no one caught on." And I'm like,
Yeah.
why are we making this such a big deal? I just think that
No. Yeah.
it's like the people in WWE basically never say anything about AEW. They never say anything about anyone there. They don't say anything really at all. But the opposite is happens in AEW. They say stuff about WWE all the time. So I think it was more so of people who are like AEW fans who were just mad about Punk or something, because it just felt really weird. Because you could tell it didn't seem like a planned comment from Punk. Like, it felt like he just took a moment and there was an opportunity that he like accidentally presented, and he was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna make a joke to Pat," because that's like that's all it was.
That's literally all it was. It was just like he knows when he can get a cheap pop. That's why he is a 5-tool player, as he described on the show. Like he's saying this stuff because he just wants to get a cheap pop, and he knows that he'll be talked about. And if you notice who most of those accounts are associated with, we'll say, who they have in their handle, like you already know. So
Yeah. So people were coming for him just because like it didn't get that reaction, but I'm like, but you also have to remember that like I said, they don't really take shots at the other company that often. And if you're like a really big WWE fan, you probably don't know what was going on, in AEW. You don't necessarily know all the drama that Punk was allegedly involved in. You know what I mean? So it's like
you don't care.
well, and that's the thing. If he was just trying to me, it felt like he was just trying to like make a joke with one of his friends, and then one of his friends happens to be one of the commentators. You know what I mean?
That's basically what it was.
I don't think it was meant to be like, oh, haha, Punk just said something about Jack Perry. It's like, all right, like, I don't know.